Hey YouTubers, so it's been a while since I've done a video. Last video I did was actually showing the install of one of my battery boxes on this build, and the video before that was showing the inverted fork conversion on this CX500, which is going to be an enduro version. What I've been working on mostly though is the new cafe I'm building for myself. Now if you've been looking for cafe tanks, happen to be on eBay or Amazon, you'll see this tank, and if you put in the application on eBay for the CX500, this tank does not fit. It doesn't normally have this tab here, and what happens is the tunnel underneath will not clear the backbone. So you have to do a bunch of reworking. You either have to cut the bottom of the tunnel out and enlarge it, or you have to heat it and press the steel into where it'll clear the on the CX500. They call this piece the wishbone because it's kind of like a wishbone shape, goes up and down. It mounts the frame, and where those bolts mount it to the frame hits the bottom side of the tank. And then also it doesn't have that tab. As I mentioned, it's the style where it slips over the little rubber grommet and has the saddles on the inside of the tunnel to mount on the CX500. Other things you have to do is you have to modify the rear mount because it comes out way too high and is actually spaced about an inch off of your original mount. This is the original mount, but the hoop is part of the original frame, just reworked. So this isn't a purchased hoop. This hoop is actually part of the frame where it comes off the bottom here, curves and comes back up. The angle of these bars were wrong, so I cut them off the frame, redid them, but I wanted to reuse the original mount for the tank and the seat. So that's why it looks like the original, which it is, it's just moved somewhere else. On top of that, you have to relocate the coils, because the coils, whether they are parallel with the frame or crossways, they get in the way, so you have to scoot those and move them around. So I got my coils tucked in a little bit further to the center of the bike. This one here had to be scooted back because of the water hose, which gets in the way also. There's just a lot of clearance issues when you try to put this tank on a bike. This one is at the point to, all I got to do is strip it down and start painting everything. I'm waiting for the, because it's getting a spoke conversion on this bike. So I have a Harley Narrow Glide front hub. It will be laced to a new 19-inch. The rear, I'm waiting for my spoke rings. Got a machine shop fabbing those up for me. And that'll be laced to a 19 as well. So I'm going front and rear, both 19s, identical tires, front and rear. Instead of grabbing these supports off of the original mount down here, which makes it kind of a weird angle, I pulled them off of the top tube. Gives it a little better styling look, so the angle doesn't look so oddball. We have been doing a little bit. Now this one here I'm building with one of my best friends, high school buddy. I bought him this motorcycle on his birthday a few years back. We mocked it all up. You may have seen pictures of it. I'll include one just after this video clip with a bunch of other videos of the cafe build. And he brought it over and wanted to do the upside down fork conversion and do the actual final on it, because he had it to where it was all mocked up and rideable, but he just never pulled it down. So knew I was taking some time off from work for shoulder surgery, and now that work's slow because of the COVID-19, he's doing fork conversion on this one also. CR500 already has a spoke front end or front wheel, so he's got his spoke rings. He's just waiting for his wheels. He's doing a gold anodized wheel. Other than that, just been out in the shop work. Now, I did took the jet ski motor off the go-kart and put an 11-horse Briggs on it. There's the old jet ski motor. Got to put that back in my old jet ski. So, just been a little busy out here, spending my days playing. Talk to you guys later.